Dadaab means the rocky, hard place, and often described as the city of thorns. Food often was driven in and airdropped distributed as rations to the refugees. And the soil often left bare and uncultivated. But as the newcomers with each passing year came and made this their home in the middle of Kenya's East Desert region, the landscape began to change. It became perfect ground for a new way of life, agriculture. Abdi Aden came to the Dadaab refugee complex in 1991, when things fell apart in Somalia. 1991 is the same year that Dadaab was established. Because of his status as a refugee, Abdi cannot leave the camp or work.
Sisi tunaona shida kufunga hii kambi. Sisi hapana jua Somalia. Sisi tunakaa makaa mingi sana hapa. Sasa wale wanataka Somalia wanaenda. Lakini sisi tunakaa tu.
Dadaab was never meant to be a permanent settlement. In December 2014, voluntary repatriation began. In December 2016, the Kenyan government decided that the refugee complex would be closed.
The ongoing voluntary repatriation will continue uninterrupted. The closure of Dadaab complex does not mean Kenya is not taking refugees anymore.
But 2 years later, only 2 camps have been closed, Kambios and Ifo2. In February 2017, the High Court of Kenya quashed the government's plan to close the Dadaab refugee complex as a breach of international law. According to UNHCR, 78,176 refugees have returned. The population of Dadaab by July 2018 was 209,239. The needs are still enormous. Abdi Mohammed is one among many. He tells us that living here can be difficult, not certain of their fate. To meet their basic needs, he and a group of other refugees till the land. Here in Hagadera, they have planted tomatoes, okra, and even beans. They don't have proper farm implements and often use their bare hands to burrow holes, to weed and to harvest. The harvest is mainly for subsistence and some for sale. For Abdi, this helps him and his fellow farmers to thrive. Watching their plants grow and expecting a harvest keeps their minds at ease. The host community also interacts with the refugee community. Suleiman Farah, a local, says farming is becoming a significant lifestyle.
Ni watu wangu ambao wamekuja tumesaidia kitu mingi sana. Hawa wamekuja kwa kujua kitu mingi sana kutoka Somalia. Tumejua kitu mingi. Mambo ya business, mambo ya kufanya bidii. Shamba ni kitu muhimu sana cha shako. Hawezi angalia kitu haramu. Mtu mwingine mali yake hawezi angalia because tunataka hapa.
Further afield, Dadaab continues to look like an oasis in the desert. Humanitarian organizations have sunk boreholes to provide water for those who call this home. We meet a mother-to-mother support group in one of the thriving kitchen gardens at the L6 health post. 2-year-old Maida Abdulakim has accompanied her mother Miswarsun Mohammed to their kitchen garden. Here, the women grow vegetables like kale and spinach to supplement their diet. They also grow a surplus which they sell to other families in the camps. Although the support group is known as Mother-to-Mother Support Group, it has men and girls among its members.
The same thing is now happening at our home. And they are also appreciating that they are saying these things they are not locally growing here. They were coming from elsewhere, and when we are buying them, they were very expensive to us. But now that we have planted them at our home level, it's less costly.
They all learn from each other how to improve the health of their children. And on this same day, Maida is also vaccinated against polio. The next day, we visit Warsun and Maida in their household in Block 4, Hagadera. Just in time to see them make a meal of their farm produce, what grows on their land, and not just food rations as one would expect in a camp. For Maida, we are told, vaccination from polio alone is not enough to keep her healthy. Good nutrition will help her to stay strong.
So you can see that is how it's linked. So we have a successful story about that.
In the places where huts sprawled before the 2 camps were closed, Trees and hawthorn bushes have sprouted. It's hard to know people once lived here. There is no telling what fate this year holds for Dadaab, but for those like Abdi and those who were born here and continue to be born like Maida, tilling the land will remain their survival and comfort. Dorcas Wangira, Citizen TV, for your story.
It doesn't matter.